This is Elite Marina Tower, one of Stockholm's most unique waterfront hotels. Housed in a former mill dating back to the 1890s, it blends historical architecture with modern luxury. But is it worth the price? Let's check in.
So, the good thing about this hotel is actually that you can take public transport all the way from the inner city to the shores of the hotel. And it starts from here, Nybrokajen. Let's join it. So, can a 130-year-old industrial mill become a luxury hotel? Let's find out. So I got my room, 629. Let's see how it looks like. I must say it looks kind of grandiose in a way here. I have the piano here and a large painting on the wall. So we're staying on floor 6. Okay, this is 6. Nice little mosaic here. Let's see if we can find my room. 629. It's a quite long hallway. Okay, I think this is the right direction. Okay, should be this room. So, my first impression of this room is that it actually is very elegant. I thought it would be a little bit rough around the end. Maybe some bricks inside of the room, but actually it's not. It's well maintained and it's very polished. And it has a lot of attention to details, which I like. Especially I like the way they use the material tree here. And you can see it on a different part of the room. Also on this closet, they use the same tree material, which I think is really nice. I also like this little chair that they put here. I like how well maintained it is and the attention for details with this red flower. Also on the vanity mirror, the same material. And here is the view from the room. You see some part of the building and some more modern building in the background. But it appears also that downstairs here you have some kind of place you can sit. We have a pretty big bed actually. But it appears here that it's actually 2 beds put together. So it's not actually as large as it seems. I like this little stool that they put here. Some hotels on the high class tend to have those. We have a little table here where you can sit and work maybe. And a chair. And it appears that this chair in particular is a little bit scratched. Maybe you can see it from here. But apart from that, the material itself is not bad. We have a kettle here. It appears to be quite clean. Some coffee, milk, tea, if you want to drink in the morning. TV on the wall. Yes, it's working. And it also got YouTube, which is great. Well, in case you want to watch something. We even have a painting in the room. How nice. Now let's check the drawer. Oh. They have some slippers and coats also, which is really nice in the morning. I think they're mostly actually supposed to be used for the spa, but I'm not staying at the spa. But I will use them in the morning anyway. So let's check this one. An iron. And here you got the safe. And here, this is interesting actually. The minibar. A Toblerone. Some spirits. Some wine. That's actually very nice. And some water. And here, some more wine, some red wine. And some crisps. And here you got thread needles. I don't think I'm gonna need that. And if you want, you can scan this code and you get room service. Okay, let's do the bed test. It's very firm. Not super soft actually. We see how that goes. So they have one really large mattress here, and then they have a smaller one on top. Let's see if it's clean. Actually, there are some hairs here. That was not so nice. Actually, there's plenty of hairs on this mattress. This doesn't look like they clean them so well. Other than that, the mattress itself is quite clean. If it only was for those hairs. And here on the pillow is another hair. What's this? How can it have so many hairs? The pillow, however, is just super soft. A bit too soft, I think. This carpet on the entire floor. And it does have some stains actually. I can see there are some stains here. On this side at least. I don't know if you can see them. Okay, let's check the bathroom. Oh, this is actually very nice. I like the marble-ish material you got here. And the sink. Very old school kind of sink. But I think it fits this hotel profile pretty well. I like it. We got some body lotion and some hand wash. From this company, and vanity kit, and shower cap, same company, conditioner, shampoo, shower gel. The sink actually looks very clean, no hairs here.
This is a pretty small shower head actually.
Here's some instruction for the shower. Hope it's not too complicated. So I've actually booked dinner on this hotel, so let's go and find out how the dinner is. So we ordered some meatballs, Swedish national dish. Let's see how it tastes. Swedish classic. This was actually a very nice restaurant. I'm glad that I booked it in advance. This is Gyllene Salen It's actually a large conference hall here. This hotel is famous for their events and conferences, so a lot of business people come here. And this is the largest of them all. Okay, let's see what they have up here. It appears to have more like group rooms for the conferences. Different companies and agencies come here. Here's some paintings of animals. Ping pong table. Here's another quite a big room. Let's check the views from here. Pretty good marina view. It appears that this whole floor is made for conference guests. He was supposed to play this, I don't know what you call this game, but there's nothing to play with, it's missing. I must say I kind of like the paintings in this room. I don't know what they're supposed to represent. Maybe it's the hotel when it was reconstructed. This hotel is also famous for its spa, although I haven't really booked it, so I can't come in here. You see the same name here that you saw in the room. Okay, here's the place you can sit actually. Now it's been raining today, so it's not that warm, but normally I would actually kind of like this place. Oh, here we go. You even have a place you can sit inside. On a day like this, it's perfect. So, what can we say about Elite hotels? One interesting thing about Elite hotels, or the Elite group, is that they actually own a lot of hotels around the country, and most of them are like older houses or older classical city hotels that they acquired. And this, although this was never an hotel in the first place, they've actually made it quite classy. Now we check the hotel from the inside. Let's do the street test and check what it is to do on the outside. And this over here appears to be an art museum called Hospitalet. Well, now it's closed. I don't know what they're doing here, but maybe we can take a look inside. Okay, they have some paintings here. I don't know if you can see it, but it appears to be some kind of modern art. Pretty nice actually. And right here on the yard, they have a giant My Little Pony. Look at this boat. One day they opened the bridge so this one can pass. This monster of a boat. Here you can play some bull. Actually, it has to be one of the largest bull courts I've ever seen. It's not just one, but there's so many places you can play here. Well, it appears that the hotel is located in an area that is quite isolated in a way, so people come here to get away from city life, to be on a staycation, sort of. There is another boat coming in from Stockholm. And as you can see here, there are some people actually that lives here. So it's just that only the hotel is also some normal houses. Well, unless you want to take a walk here on this fine boardwalk, or just look at some of the modern buildings that were built here, or just be away from the city life for a little bit. There isn't really that much to do here, but I think that's the whole point. Let's see what there is upside on this hill. And this over here is Danvikshem, and I think it's used as a retirement home today. Quite a magnificent building actually, really large. And I think that's it. Really nice evening here. Now that's what you get when you come here.
Good morning. I slept pretty well actually. The only issue I had was the pillow. One pillow is too soft and two is too much. I guess that's the usual problem you have in hotel rooms. But the room itself is very peaceful actually. I didn't hear anything, so I slept really well. Unfortunately, I couldn't really figure out how this thing worked, so I couldn't take a proper shower. So that is the issue and probably the reason they put up that thing in the first place. Now let's go and have some breakfast. Some standard breakfast with bread, bacon, egg, and some muesli and coffee and juice. Perfect. This was actually a pretty nice breakfast. So let's round up with the first question that I had when I came here. Can a 130-year-old industrial mill become a luxury hotel? And I think the answer is yes. This hotel has done an exceptional work with its makeover. When you go on the outside, you see the history, but on the inside, you see the luxury. And this hotel is a great place for staycation. The only negative thing I can think of is that I did find some hairs in the bed, and I think the shower was a little bit complicated because it didn't work for me. Other than that, I think most of this experience has been quite positive actually. So, how much did I pay? I did pay 1,548 kronor, which is equivalent of 121 British pounds and 163 US dollar. And I think for that price and everything that I got with it, it's a quite decent price actually. What do you think? Have you been here before? Are you planning to come here? Let me know in the comments, and until the next time, take care.